Hey everyone! Welcome to the Glow Grow Gold channel, your go-to channel for personal development and life transformation. Have you ever set a goal, worked hard towards it, only to realize it's not what you truly want? Or have you given up on a goal too soon, only to regret it later? Goal setting is a powerful tool, but it's not always straightforward. So, how do you know when to persist and when to pivot? Let's dive in and explore the do's and don'ts of goal setting. In the classic book, Think and Grow Rich, by Napoleon Hill, he tells the story of a man who gave up on his goal of finding gold too soon. The man had been digging for years, pouring his heart and soul into the search, but he gave up subsequently. He didn't know that just 3 feet away from where he stopped digging, there was a big vein of gold waiting to be discovered. If only he had persisted a little longer, he would have struck it rich. This story serves as a powerful reminder that sometimes, the key to success is to keep going, even when the going gets tough. In the same book, Hill also shares the story of a man who had achieved great success in business but realized that it wasn't fulfilling him anymore. He had built a thriving company, made millions of dollars, and achieved the American dream. But deep down, he knew something was missing. He had the courage to pivot, to leave the business behind and pursue his true passion, writing. This man was none other than Napoleon Hill himself. He went on to write Think and Grow Rich, a book that has inspired millions of people around the world. This story shows us that it's never too late to change course and pursue what truly makes us happy. Goal setting is a fundamental aspect of personal and professional development. It helps us focus our efforts, measure our progress, and stay motivated. However, not all goals are created equal, and not all situations call for the same approach. In this video, we'll explore the art of goal setting, when to stick with a goal, and when it's time to change course. Goal setting is crucial for several reasons. 1. It provides direction and focus in our lives. For example, when Oprah Winfrey set a goal to start her own television network, it gave her a clear direction to work towards, despite facing numerous challenges and setbacks along the way. 2. It helps us measure our progress and celebrate our achievements. For instance, when Mark Zuckerberg set a goal to connect the world through Facebook, he tracked his progress and celebrated the platform's growth to over 2 billion users. 3. It keeps us accountable and motivated to take action. For example, when Sheryl Sandberg, the ex-COO of Facebook, set a goal to empower women to achieve their full potential, it drove her to write the best-selling book, Lean In, and start a global movement. 4. It allows us to grow and develop as individuals. For instance, when Nelson Mandela set a goal to end apartheid and bring racial equality to South Africa, it pushed him to fight tirelessly for justice and human rights, even when faced with decades of imprisonment. Persistence is the ability to stick with a goal, even when faced with obstacles or setbacks. It's about having the resilience to push through challenges and stay committed to your vision. Pivoting, on the other hand, is the willingness to change course when necessary. It's about being flexible and adaptable, and recognizing when a goal is no longer serving you. There are several situations where persistence is key. 1. When you're working towards a long-term goal that requires consistent effort over time. For instance, when J.K. Rowling set a goal to write a series of fantasy novels, she knew it would take years of dedicated work to bring her vision to life. Despite facing numerous rejections from publishers, she persisted, and her persistence paid off in the form of a global phenomenon that has inspired millions of people around the world. 2. When you encounter temporary setbacks or obstacles that can be overcome with continued effort. For example, when Michael Jordan was cut from his high school basketball team, he could have given up on his dream of becoming a professional basketball player. Instead, he used the rejection as motivation to work harder and improve his skills, eventually becoming one of the greatest players of all time. 3. When you're passionate about the goal and it aligns with your values and aspirations. For instance, when Elon Musk set a goal to accelerate the world's transition to sustainable energy, he was driven by a deep passion for solving the problem of climate change. Despite facing numerous challenges and setbacks, he has persisted in his mission, founding companies like Tesla and SpaceX to make his vision a reality. There are also times when pivoting is the best course of action. 1. When you realize that a goal is no longer aligned with your values or priorities. For example, Steve Jobs left Apple in the 1980s because he felt the company was no longer aligned with his vision and values. He went on to found Next and Pixar, which ultimately led him back to Apple and the creation of iconic products like the iPhone and iPad. 2. When you've achieved a goal and it's time to set a new one that challenges you in a different way. For instance, when Jeff Bezos achieved his goal of building Amazon into the world's largest online retailer, he could have rested on his laurels. Instead, he set new goals, like expanding into cloud computing and space exploration, which pushed him to continue innovating and growing as a leader. 3. When you encounter significant obstacles that are beyond your control and cannot be overcome with continued effort. For example, if you're trying to start a business but are struggling to secure funding due to economic conditions, it might be time to pivot your business model or consider a different opportunity altogether. Deciding whether to persist or pivot requires self-reflection. Take time to assess your progress, your motivations, and your feelings about the goal. Ask yourself questions like, 1. Is this goal still important to me? For instance, if you set a goal to become a doctor but find yourself increasingly dissatisfied with the long hours and high stress, it might be time to reflect on whether this goal still aligns with your values and priorities. 2. Am I making progress towards this goal? If you've been working towards a goal for a significant amount of time but aren't seeing any tangible results, it might be time to reevaluate your approach or consider pivoting to a new goal. 3. What obstacles am I facing, and can I overcome them? For example, if you're training for a marathon but struggling with an injury, you'll need to assess whether this obstacle is surmountable or if it's time to consider a different fitness goal. 4. How do I feel when I work towards this goal? If you find yourself feeling drained, unmotivated, or unhappy when working towards a goal, it might be a sign that it's time to pivot to something that brings you more joy and fulfillment. Here's a step-by-step guide to help you start practicing effective goal setting. 1. Clarify your values and priorities. What's most important to you in life? For example, if family is a top priority, you might set goals that allow you to spend more quality time with your loved ones. 2. Set SMART goals, which means specific, measurable, achievable, relevant, and time-bound goals. Specific. Your goals should be clear and well-defined, answering the questions who, what, where, when, and why. Measurable. Your goals should have quantifiable metrics that allow you to track your progress. Achievable. Your goals should be challenging yet realistic, based on your current resources and capabilities. Relevant. Your goals should align with your overall values, priorities, and long-term vision. Time-bound. Your goals should have a clear deadline or timeline for completion. For instance, instead of setting a vague goal like, get fit, set a specific goal like, run 5 kilometers in under 30 minutes by the end of the year. 3. Break your goals down into smaller, manageable steps. For example, if your goal is to start a business, break it down into steps like researching the market, developing a business plan, securing funding, and launching your product or service. 4. Create a plan of action and set deadlines for each step. Having a clear plan and timeline will help you stay on track and accountable. 5. Review your goals regularly and adjust as needed. As you work towards your goals, you may need to adjust your approach or even pivot to a new goal entirely. Be open to making changes as needed. 6. Celebrate your progress and achievements along the way. Recognizing and celebrating your successes, no matter how small, will help keep you motivated and inspired to keep going. Goal setting is a powerful tool, but it's not always straightforward. The key is to find the right balance between persistence and pivoting. When you encounter obstacles, ask yourself whether they can be overcome with continued effort or if it's time to change course. Remember to stay true to your values and priorities, and don't be afraid to pivot when necessary. So, what goals are you currently working towards? Are you feeling stuck or unsure about whether to persist or pivot? Share your thoughts and experiences in the comments section below. And if you found this video helpful, be sure to hit the like button and subscribe to our channel for more insightful content. Thank you.